Yeah, rough game.
Man. There has to be some idea behind it. Maybe they're thinking of like they're just going to get this like range snowball going, where they win all their lanes and they're able to just kind of take over the map. But you're playing into heroes that aren't naturally just going to lose their lane. Like Lycan doesn't really lose his lane to many heroes. He's just a naturally good carry hero these days, especially with an Undying. Beastmaster's not really going to lose his lane either. Pango can have some issues, yes, into the Queen of Pain. I will give you that. Chosen One can be able to do a number on Echo, but I mean, from what we saw in the previous game, Echo did a number on him. So, yeah, I think they really are relying on snowballing their lanes super hard, getting themselves some early Aegises, making this Queen of Pain next to unkillable, and having their Veno be this annoying, sticky, gooey kind of hero where he's like got some auras and he just throws some Noxic Plagues out and just becomes a Veno that makes it too hard for them to fight into, but outside of that, this draft is so many things have to go right for Limit, I think is the issue for me. It's like so many things that go right for them to not just constantly chain feed. So we'll have to wait and see how the lanes go.
Leng Miao, what a boss. He just walks and snatches the bounty rune, getting his team 3 in exchange for the 1 for the last dark. Okay, already off to a decent start. We need this to just continue. You said things need to go right for them. This needs to continue. More bounties. They can't miss any wisdom runes. Every stack needs to be perfect. And things need to work out for them. That being said, they do have some ways to set themselves up for success. This mid lane, like you mentioned, Queen of Pain should do really well versus the Pango in terms of the hero-to-hero matchup. Bottom lane, Veno Rubik, that doesn't sound very fun to play into, to be fair, even if Venomancer isn't as much an offlaner these days. So they shouldn't lose too many lives down bottom. They should be able to kill off this Undying at least once or twice. And top lane, they should be able to find a game overall for this TA in the laning phase. I don't think Clinks and the Beastmaster can zone her out completely just yet. So the lanes should be a lot better. You said that you want to see them do better in the lanes, and they will be able to do that. That is the one thing that they have in their favor.
That is very true. They should still be able to play the game this time around. But we'll see if that's the way that it works out.
Might happen in the top lane. Shushang might end up died here. Normal End really wants this kill. Has a tar bomb in 1 second. Throws it out. Does he have the way to get there? Enchantress is so fast, even when she's slowed. And she's going to be able to get out. She TPs out for good measure. And to make matters even better, she killed off his courier before dying. So very worthwhile maneuver coming in from Shushang.
Well, bottom lane, unfortunately, does not go the way here of Limit. Wire gets himself the first blood. There are some issues with Shining top. If he doesn't have normal end around, he can definitely be hunted out by the side of Limit. But Lycan's going to free farm bottom, which I think is the big issue here. Is Erica's just going to be able to chill out. He's got a lot of regen from Feral Impulse. He's going to be able to build in a lot of those stats. He will have issues keeping his little babies alive, but as long as Wire's doing his job, then this lane should be relatively easy for Erica.
Wire is about to die, but it's going to set up for a kill onto CXK, dropping down the blood grenade. Oh, nice though. The neutral actually killed the Rubik, and then Leng Miao finishes off the tombstone. Okay, just free gold basically that they get on the Dire lineup.
Yep, not that bad. It's a good trade for them. Hopefully this transitions into a little bit more CS for the Veno. Definitely sitting at the point right now where you are struggling to try and get a lot of that gold going for you. I really want to see what kind of build he goes for. Maybe like mass braces into like Guardian Greaves could be really cool. I think they really need a Crimson Guard this game to deal with all the physical damage that's going to be coming out. It's a big thing from the Clinks is physical damage. So if they can mitigate that from their Venomancer, then they're sitting pretty for Limit to at least defend their towers.
I like that idea. Crimson Guard does strike me as a very good option. Why? Might be in a bit of danger here. Cop the full Venomous Scale, but a bit too tanky. They're not going to be able to finish him off. They need to marinate him a little bit more before that happens. And speaking of items, what do you think the Lycan buys this game? Like, what's his build-up going to be from him?
Well, we've seen a few variations of the same build path. So it's like Echo, Manta, Nullifier are like the 3 main items that we've seen on Universal Heroes, right? Harpoon is insanely strong. which I think can definitely enable them this game, because I'm pretty sure it can animation cancel the QoP, which is a little annoying for her. So I would love to see him build those 3 items. You just get a nullifier, so you don't have to worry about Ghost Scepters. Get the Mantis to try and deal with all the Venomous Gale stuff. And then you give yourself a Harpoon to close the gap.
Well, he wants to close the gap at some point onto the Queen of Pain. But Queen of Pain right now, she just wants to close the gap in CS between her and Echoes. Because right now, Chosen One is getting handled in this mid lane. 14-1 on the CS. He's 7 behind the Pango in a winning matchup here, Fluke. This is not what he was anticipating happening.
Yeah, and Echo was actually diving him under a tier 1 tower just before as well. So it's definitely looking pretty dire for Chosen One today. But you are a Queen of Pain. You can make some really, really good rotations. These first power runes are going to be super important to see which one comes up in the rotation. If it's like a shield rune, you're kind of like, bleh, like it kind of sucks. But haste or DD is definitely big for either one of these 2 mid laners to make something happen in the side lanes.
Top lane, normal end fell fairly low to some of the harass coming out from Xusheng's Enchantress. Not enough to kill him. Just lots of peppering of spells in the top lane. Enchantress spam, Wild Axes spam, tar bombs, and arrows from the Clinks. It's a very annoying place to be, but TA still getting her farm. And they definitely need her to be that big carry.
Yeah, A's in a good spot to be able to have a free time this game. One of the other cores, especially with the Chosen One now starting to come back a little bit, to have a good start to this game. So they're going to be able to play through their 2 cores, their mid and their safe laners. At certain points in this game, I think the real question for me is just where does the Veno fit into that kind of that picture? Is what do they look like? Are they supposed to be the damage dealer, or are they supposed to be the aura builder? Normal end, it's going to get 3 hit.
Yep, normal end in a lot of trouble and will get killed off by this Temper Assassin in the top lane. A really is having a pretty good game so far. Farming mostly for free. Just got a kill right now, so that's some bonus gold. And because of how well they've been doing in the top lane, Beastmaster not doing his normal thing of being able to dominate the side of the map and take over the tower super early. It's going to buy them a lot of space and time on the map for Limit Gaming. Just keeping at least their real estate up and alive for now.
Yeah, I think the one issue is, you're playing with the Clinks, so he can't deal with the refraction charges as much, and he's a very, very squishy hero, so it is hard for them to win this lane against the TA.
I think Undying is dead down bottom. Yeah, he's gone. Bye-bye. He's gonna drop the tombstone, at least take CXK with him, and that actually might keep him alive. They don't have a Venomous Gale to drop on him anymore. So he is going to live. Top lane, they also kill off this Enchantress. Okay, a little bit of miscommunication down bottom. Denies them a kill. I don't know what happened top, but Lost Dog able to find success on both sides of the map simultaneously.
Yeah, it seems like maybe it was just a little bit of ball spam with some axes. But now Shining, he's in trouble. He's going to get a solo kill.
Yeah.
All right. So the TA is really starting to ball out of control. She's looking like she's off to a rip-roar of a start so far. It's just how she enables the rest of her team is going to be the real question mark for me. Like, A can have a great game, but much like last game, he was the guy who was supposed to carry them, and everybody else just wasn't able to connect with him. So we'll see how he gets it going in this mid-game.
Well, we'll see about the mid-game, but here in the mid lane, the first Rolling Thunder of the game committed onto this Enchantress. And Echoes puts himself on the kill board right now. Maybe hoping to bring down Chosen One, but there's Blink available from the co-op. So she will live pretty handedly. Still feels very good. She actually blinks forward. Sonic Wave out onto Echoes. He's gonna live. Shadow Strike ticking him down. He is at 10 HP and he does die, but he gets denied by normal end. Chosen One. Very nice play, but unfortunately not gonna get rewarded for being as ballsy as he was.
It was almost too good of a kill to try and pass up there for the Queen of Pain. So Chosen One, yes, he will be able to get out. Doesn't get the kill, which is a little unfortunate for him. But that definitely could have been a little spicy. If Chosen One goes down there instead of Echo, then we're looking at a completely different game plan so far. But they're going to set their attention towards A in the top lane here, making a rotation with Echo.
First Primal Roar of the game. Echoes is here, and they should have the damage to kill off this Templar Assassin. Tombstone was dropped down for good measure. Mid lane, normal end got aggressed into by Chosen One in CXK, but he manages to escape himself. Okay, big move. They also brought the Lycan. Okay, never mind. He came through the Twin Gate, and I thought he was going to stick around to maybe force out the Tier 1 tower. But they decided to send him back to the lane instead. So maybe Limit Gaming might still be able to keep this tower alive.
Yeah, they wanted to make sure that they don't lose their Tier 1 tower bottom. They may need a rotation towards the mid lane here for Echo to hold on to his Tier 1. They are starting to play through their mid lane a whole lot more here, Limit, which is a smart choice this game.
Might have a Rolling Thunder connect onto these supports here. As the Ench and the Rubik playing on the high ground. Chosen One just happy to throw in right clicks onto the Tier 1 in the meantime. Dead again. And A might just be dead again. Rotated into by this Lycan this time around. And he will get brought down. To make matters even worse, Erica is the one that credits with a kill. Oh boy. And this time, the Lycan will stick around so they can force out the Tier 1 tower.
He was the one player that was having a really good start to the game. And now he's unfortunately died twice in a row. Or White just got away from that impetus shot. That's a level 2 impetus. That probably could have killed him. So, Limit weren't able to protect their Tier 1 tower. They weren't able to protect their position 1 player. They don't get any return kills across the map either, which is a little stinky. And the net worth distribution is really starting to favor the last Dark. Like this game isn't balling out of control as hard as game number 1 was. But with the way that these heroes are going to eventually ramp up into tower-taking machines, it's going to be hard for Limit to try and defend these Tier 1 towers for much longer.
They're still working on getting their own Tier 1 down bottom. It's in a critical point, but with Echoes being here, maybe can either keep the tower alive or angle towards a deny of some kind. Looks like the deny option is the only available one. He won't get it. Instead, will choose to opt for a fight. Going with the Rolling Thunder, stuns up this Venom monster, kills off Shusheng. Now what else can they get out of this? Leng Miao dies underneath the tombstone. It's a double for the Echoes Pango. And, you know, we spoke about how this Pango can have a very good influence against this TA. But I don't think we spoke about just how good a Pango game this can be. Outside of the lane versus Quap, which he won anyway, this is an incredible game for Echoes pretty much all across the board.
Yeah, he doesn't have much to worry about, right? Like, the only thing that he really has to worry about is if there's, like, a TA trap a little bit later on with Shard, right? But outside of that, as long as you're rolling, you're doing perfectly fine. And thing is, Rubik's going to have his handful trying to deal with a Lycan, trying to deal with a Clinks that's going to be in his backline as well. Like, there's going to be zombies everywhere. There's going to be Beastmaster with his helmet Overlord. Like, there's going to be a lot that these heroes that can do even a small amount of things to you are going to have to worry about. So why this draft from Limit really didn't give me all too much confidence in this game. They've done an okay job so far. At least they've been able to secure a few more objectives this time around. But it's going to get to this mid-game point, 15, 20 minutes when there's 1 to 2 items on all of these heroes, that it is going to be spooky, and it's going to be hard for them to kind of have the right processes to deal with all these heroes in the right order. Because if you don't, Lycan can go ham, the Pango can go ham, Beastmaster can go ham, and these heroes can take over teamfights really fast.
Chosen One did just pick up a Haste Rune, so if there's ever going to be something utilized to try and make something happen on the map, this would be the rune to do it. But it looks like the agency will come for us from the Lost Ark as they smoke up with 2 heroes. Beastmaster Undying. They're actually heading out onto Chosen One. They force him to blink, but he blinks correctly, directly behind the tower. Shining, though, still coming in, still wants him, finds the Primal Roar onto this Queen of Pain. They TP out with the Enchantress, and they manage to actually keep her alive. She procs the Haste Rune. She still has Blink ready to go, and a Sonic Wave to potentially turn the fight. The Tier 1 tower is slowly being peppered with some damage from boars. But Lost Ark not able to take it just yet. They are going forward, though. Echoes with the Rolling Thunder, reaching onto Leng Miao. And sadly, Venom can do nothing about this. Echoes is still rolling, hoping to try and hunt additional targets. Everybody else is too far away, though. At the same time, why? Took quite a lot of damage from this Enchantress. Shusheng forced to have to back away, though. And in between this burning army and the tombstone and the Lycan units and the boars, all of these things create an impasse that they cannot get past on the side of Limit Gaming. Although Chosen One does come in to quickly clean off the Undying, it's something. Yeah.
Being able to use Sonic Wave in the early game is very important for Queen of Pains. to be able to get you that net worth injection. Yeah, it was only why that they killed. They'd already lost the tier 1 tower, so it's not like the greatest feeling one, but it's still enough for them to feel happy with it. So almost all tier 1 towers have been completed, completely taken for both these two teams. There still is only the offlane towers that are waiting for them to take. So right now, this game is still relatively even. You know, it's 4K net worth, but you can just see some of the issues that the last Arc have as well. They only really have Raw and Rolling Thunder as their lockdown. You can see that Normal End is building this not Lincoln Sphere, the Orchid Malevolence to be able to get the kill onto Chosen One. So if that comes out before Chosen One is anywhere near like Lincoln's, BKB, Yule's, anything that, it could just be a chain feed.
Oh no, Normal End goes and steals the Wisdom Rune. This is one of the things that Limit Gaming have really been struggling with. They do not control the Wisdom Runes very well. Top lane, we might also have control onto this Chosen One, Queen of Pain. She might die here, Fluke. They commit the full damage. Shining has Helm of the Overlord, so Centaur Conqueror will be there to finish off the Quap. Great pickup. They steal a Wisdom Rune, you get a Quap. You get to shove in the lanes more. Man, life must feel very nice on the side of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, this is definitely a very chill start to game number 2. They've got heroes that are able to do their work and do it relatively well as well. Another fight could be busting out here. They've got Rolling Thunder.
They do indeed. Rolling Thunder at the ready. CXK will not be killed off just yet. Rolling Thunder will now finally emerge. They stun up the Rubik and they kill him off at the same time. Lang Niao does drop the ultimate in this fight. We'll see how much influence it has. It'll have to be posthumous though, as he does die off as well. We see now Enchantress easily mopped up by Erica. And this Lycan, he's been playing the map, not necessarily having to be all that involved, but now that he shows up, we get to see some of the power of the little wolf.
Yeah, very strong. Very scary hero right now. Level 13, has Manta Style and about 500 gold. So he's not going to have to worry about the daggers. He's not going to have to worry about any of the spitting coming out from the Venomancer either. Having a Purge is always going to be nice. They've got Roar in 17 seconds. Chosen One. Going to be in trouble. They don't have any extra.
Should be fine for now. Yeah. Yet again, one of these games where you might have to see somebody get a Lincoln Sphere.
Yep.
Very early on to protect this Queen of Pain. They are playing into this outpost area. Radiant really wants to control this. And now the Roar is back online. Queen of Pain needs to get out of here. Piggy pole from Shusheng, but now here's Echoes showing up out of nowhere with this Pangolier. Erica will be credited with the kill, just getting the last swipe of the claws. And this was Limit thinking that they have control of this area potentially, but Last Ark very quickly disabused them of that notion.
Yeah, there's no way for them to hold their jungle anymore. And Erica is going to push the middle lane, while we see that Echo was able to quickly get Chosen One out of the area. Normal End, though, he's about 800 gold away from his Orchid.
Yep, and they're gonna get a little bit closer now if they can kill off this Venomancer. Lengnia trying to run himself away here. CXK is next to him, ready with the telekinesis potentially, but Erica is just a little bit too strong, running forward with the shapeshift form and finding the kill onto the Venomancer. The tier 2 tower should fall now as well. Echoes already softening it up with the DD rune. But with, man, look at all these units, dude. Holy smokes, there's so many things on the ground to have to deal with.
It's just a whole lot of area tonight, right? Like, it's, you have to play in a Tombstone, you have to play in the Burning Army, you have to play into all the summons from the Beastmaster. Pangoliers is going to be in an area that you can't really play with, and same with the Lycan. So this is looking very rough for the side of Limit. They haven't lost all too much just yet, but the thing is the Lycan's not going to get easy to deal with. He's going to have Harpoon soon, and you already can't kill him.
Yeah. Queen of Pain, is she dead? She's actually dead.
In the background.
Yeah. Rolling Thunder will come up. She's gone. Noxious Plague was dropped onto the Beastmaster, but what does he care? TA trying to kill off YYYY, but you need to get black. This is a dangerous place to be in. She's forced to meld defensively here, Fluke, but she might still end up dead. Echoes burning away a large contingent of her mana pool. She's gonna stay alive though. Sadly, the same cannot be said of this Enchantress as Shusheng gets cleaned up. Tier 2 tower is gonna get taken away. And Lost Ark, honestly, just playing the most relaxed game of Dota of their entire lives here, Fluke. Everything is just coming to them. They're connecting with all of the moves they're making. I mean, they've only had to smoke once in this game. Once. And that smoke was very successful, but since then, they've just walked into the objectives and get them anyway.
Yeah, they've just been chilling. There's really not much that they've had to do, and I think that comes off the back of the draft that they're playing into. They don't have anybody who's just going to blink initiate on them. They don't have this big crowd-controlling ultimate they have to play around with. There's not anybody that's really kind of scaling out of control that you're going to be too concerned about. Like, there's just all of the things that can stress you out in a game like this where you're playing a faster tempo kind of lineup are all not there. So they don't have to worry about it. They won their lanes pretty handedly as well. The one issue is maybe playing into this TA because she can do a lot of damage herself, but they've already proven that as long as they have vision of her, she's going to die. And it's not going to be a hard task for them to finish it off. So all they have to do is just make sure they get rid of all the objectives on the map, and eventually they'll type GG, I guess.
Well, they're coming for another objective now as a tier 2 tower shining brightly within their sights. They see the TA underneath it right now, but why? Primarily concerned with getting themselves vision. They harpoon back the Enchantress. They're actually going to kill her off. Chosen One threw in a Sonic Wave. Normal End did fall very low, but not low enough to die. And the Queen of Pain did indeed blink in onto the high ground and into the waiting arms of the Lost Ark. Echoes with the Rolling Thunder comes across the TA. This is the big target. This is the priority. Leng Miao dropping all of his spells here. Not enough just yet. CXK, wonderful roll, stolen away by this Rubik. And that legitimately bought them time, but the harpoon back onto A. He stuck around, Fluke. I thought CXK had bought him time to get home, but TA didn't catch the memo, so she ends up dead as a result.
Yeah, I mean, this is the issue that you have with this draft, right? Is there's just no way for you to fight them, and now you're running into a Lycan who's got Harpoon and Manta. Like, look what he does. This is without Shapeshift, by the way. He just harpoons you and you die, and this is the issue that I have with the draft. Is it feels like, again, you just don't have any agency in this game. Like, how are you supposed to make moves around the map? How are you supposed to do stuff when you have heroes that don't do anything? And now you're playing into a Lycan who I personally think is going to be one of the carriers of the patch right now with how that he plays. So this game's over. Like, I think, you have to just call it. There's literally no point. You're just gonna constantly keep dying in these team fights, and it's just gonna be depressing. So get rid of it. Try and